Alright, we are down to the very last few or a couple tutorials for Space Invader, and this one we're going to take a quick look at adding sound and music into your actual game, and this will help make your game actually feel a lot more exciting. So I'm going to give you a preview of it. Oh, let me redo that again. That was really lucky. So when I strike an enemy, it makes a sound, and then the boss appears. That's actually background music that's playing that you're hearing. And when I destroy the boss, it makes an explosion sound. And I also have the same effect too. If I am destroyed, I also have that same explosion occur for me. So let's see how to add that music into your video game. Now before I even conclude this, the first thing we got to do is set the background music. And I'm going to put all these songs in a folder under Scratch in our video production folder. So you're going to want to look for that folder. And if you don't know, let me know. I'll mention it somewhere. I'm going to go to my stage where my backdrops are. I'm going to go to Sounds. Okay. And I'm going to click on the upload button, and I'm going to upload this track called Space Invaders 1. Now when you upload this, if it's not an MP3 or a WAV file, the program will actually convert it. So I'm going to pause the video here and just continue when it's done doing that. After it's had a chance to convert it, it'll upload the file, and then the song will be embedded in your stage file, and this is where you want this to play. Okay. And you can technically use any music you want to. This is just an example, and for the sake of the tutorial, I suggest you just use it as well. Now, with the backdrop selected, go to your script, and I'm going to redo this option here, but what you want to do is when you first click the green flag, you want the sound, which is this, go to play sound. You want the Space Invaders song to play right at the beginning of what you're doing. It's very simple. So when you press the green flag, the music will play. Next thing is we need to apply a sound to our beam, right? When we want it to play that sound. So I went to sounds, and I'm going to get rid of that for a second. Then I'm going to upload this one called shoot. That's for the beam. I'm going to click open, and then quickly uploads it. Then go to my script. Now before I modified this script, this play sound option wasn't there. And again, it's under the sound option. You want to go, when you press the space bar, you want to show the beam, but you want to play that sound. So when you press the space bar, you will hear that sound. Very simple. So let's go to enemy 1. And when the enemy is struck by the beam, we want it to have a sound where it's destroyed. So the thing is, you have to upload this song for each enemy, right? So Invader killed. So I'm going to do it for this one. Upload. Invader killed. And we can play back the sound. It's just a little screeching noise. Go to my script, and you'll see I've embedded the play sound option underneath the sensing portion where it says if touching beam, change the score by 1, change HP by 5, switch costume, then play the sound. So that's where I decided to play the music when the costume change was happening after enemy 2, or costume change 2. And I did that for each enemy. Last but not least, for the boss, what I did was, when the boss eventually loses all its HP, when it goes to 0, I play an explosion. Okay. The only way to illustrate that is if we can get the boss to appear. Okay, so here's the boss. And that's the explosion sound that I've embedded right there. In addition to that, I also applied an explosion sound for me too, for the rocket ship, and it's applied right after the costume change. So I made sure to go to my sounds and upload the explosion wave file that's right here in that folder, so that way I can also have that same sound effect. So to illustrate that, basically is just let myself get hit a bunch of times, and eventually if they decide to hit me, I'll explode. And that's about it. That's how you apply the sound and music into your game. I think the last thing we'll take a look at is actually fixing the movement of the actual rocket ship. If you notice, the movement isn't all that very good, and there's a few scripts you can apply, which is a little more advanced. But if we apply it, it'll make the movement of our rocket ship a lot better. So that ends this video today. In this one, we just covered how to apply music and sound into our actual game.